Hey, welcome back to Pivot Era Podcast, episode 49, Why Your Superpowers Matter, So Use Them. Let me say this straight. You're probably sitting on something powerful and treating it like it's nothing. Not because you don't care, but because it comes too easily. You do the thing. You help, you solve, you create, you notice. And then you downplay it. Yeah, but anyone could do that. No, they couldn't. That's the part we've all got wrong. The things that feel natural to you, the things you don't have to force, those are your superpowers, and you're underusing them. That's got to be said. Yeah, mic drop for sure. And this is even more true if you're in the middle of a career pivot or trying to figure out your place in multi-generational work culture. And here's the biggie. If you find yourself constantly asking yourself if you're actually on the right path, 10x that. Because when you're in that space, it's easy to assume the answer is out there. A new skill, a better plan, more discipline. But what if that's not it? What if the answer isn't something you need to add, but instead something you need to start using? So, let's be brutal for a quick second. Most people aren't stuck because they lack ability. They're stuck because they're ignoring the abilities they already have. And most probably influenced by someone or something that over time won't matter or even, let's be real, mattered in the first place. You've been told to fix your weaknesses, to round yourself out, to become more well-balanced. Sometimes there's a place for that. Circumstances and what it is influences things. That makes sense and fair enough. However, and what no one really tells you is this: your life moves faster when you double down on what already works. Your superpowers aren't meant to be side notes. They're meant to lead. For example, maybe yours is how you communicate, the way you make people feel understood, or how you see connections others miss, or how you take messy ideas and turn them into something clear. That's not random. That's not basic. That's leverage. And yet, you've probably been treating it like background noise. I did the same. For a long time, I thought I needed to become someone else to get ahead. More structured, more analytical, more like what I thought success looked like. And all it did was drain me in the big scheme of things and, of course, overall used up too much of my precious energy. Now, time to pause and let's give this some context. I'm not saying I didn't learn lessons, 'cause I did. Some of them were good and some of them I could leave behind. But the point here is, how often are you told to double down on what already works? When I felt drained, that was mainly because I was building from effort that was not always productive. What I should have been doing is instead, I should have been working from alignment. Everything changed when I stopped asking, what am I bad at? And started asking, what do I do well, without trying crazy hard? That question is uncomfortable at first, because it forces you to take yourself seriously. And most of us aren't used to doing that. But when you do, things click, faster than you expect. Because when you use your superpowers, you don't just perform better, you move differently. You're more confident without forcing it, more focused without burning out, more effective without overthinking every step. And here's the real shift. People start responding to you differently too. Not because you've changed who you are, but because you finally started showing it. That's where opportunities come from. Not just from effort, but from clarity. Clarity about what you bring. Clarity about how you move. Clarity about where you're actually strong. Cool, right? And all you did was think about it all differently. I love that for us all. So let me ask you something, and please don't brush it off. Think about these questions. What do people rely on you for? What do you do faster, easier, or better than most? What feels so normal to you that you've never thought to call it a strength? That's it. That's the thing. It's not complicated than that. And instead of questioning it, use it more. Build around it, lean into it. Let it lead. Let it help you in how you show up in your work, your decisions, your next step. Because trying to succeed without using your superpowers is like trying to run with extra weights strapped onto your legs when you are not even training. We can all do it, remember that. Because actually, when we stop to think about it, we already have some time in our lives cruised with our superpowers when we truly, think about it. We just don't stop to think like this enough. Powerful? I know. Now for the perspective. So brace yourself. It's going to feel harder than it needs to, and you'll keep wondering why things aren't clicking. This doesn't mean you ignore growth. Change takes time. You are learning a new habit, essentially. It just means you have to stop ignoring what already works. It's hard to do, but you will get better at it. The rewards will come. The easiest way to do that is to fully use what's already yours. Give it time. Not perfectly, not all at once, but consistently. Because the more you recognize and use your superpowers, the clearer your direction becomes. You will stand out more, the stronger your confidence gets, and the more aligned your life starts to feel. So maybe stop asking, what do I need to fix? And start asking, what have I been underestimating? Because chances are, that's where your edge is. You're listening to Pivot Era Podcast, a space for navigating growth, identity, and actually using what makes you different. And before you go, here's something to carry with you. What if the thing you've been overlooking is actually the thing that will change everything? So please have fun with this one, and see you next time. This is an AI voice-powered podcast shared by humans who simply want to connect across generations and normalize the art of starting again. New episodes drop weekly. Share it with someone who's navigating their own pivot or who needs to hear that beginnings aren't failures. They're growth.